Okay, so we told the number of angles here in terms of sine, right? Sine A is this, sine B is that, and then cos then C is this. Okay, and in part A then we're asked to show that y is equal to 1.7x. What I want you to notice here though, okay, in order to get this out, at the start here we've got sine A is 4/5, so effectively we know angle A, right? Sine B is 8/17, so we know angle B. Okay, in terms of sine, so if we use the sine rule, okay, we can then establish, okay, this equation here. So we've got y equals, so y of course represents that side. So if I did use the sine rule, okay, I'd be looking at establishing what that side is there. Okay, so we start off with y, okay, over the sine of that angle, equals to then another pair that I know. So of course then I've got x there, okay, over then sine of b. Now I know sine A, don't I? Sine A is 4/5, so I can put 4/5 in its place. I know sine B as well, 8/17, so I can put that in its place. Okay, so I've got that going on. Now from here I can actually probably get to that quite quickly. One way of doing it, of course, here now I've got a fraction on the bottom. So fraction on the bottom. Let's take the bottom number up. So it'll be 5y/4. The same here, fraction on the bottom. Take the bottom number up. So it'll be 17x/8. Okay. Now I want y equals, don't I? So if I want y equals, I will need to take this fraction over the other side. Okay. So a number of ways of doing that, but you might want to see it as taking the 4 up and multiplying, and then taking the 5 over and dividing. So you could do that, because you're dividing by 4 here. Take it up, so it'll be 4 times the 17x. And take the 5 over then and divide. So it'll be 5 times 8 there. So all I've got to do is work that out on my calculator. So 4 times 17, divide then by 5 times 8. And indeed it comes out to be 1.7x. Okay, right. In part B, it says given that AB is 10.5, so 10.5 here, use the cosine rule to find the exact value of x. Now the good thing is they've given us this side, but they've also given us angle C, haven't they, in terms of cos here, yeah? So it's up there. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to use the cosine rule, okay, and I'm going to prioritize sort of that angle there and this side. So with the cosine rule, because here I'm given angle C, I'm going to say C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos of angle C. Okay, so C squared will be 10.5 squared. Little a will be the y, won't it? So y squared. Little b will be the x here. Okay, so x squared minus then 2yx cos c. Now cos c is quite simply what we've got there, minus 13/85. So we can just chuck that in straight away, right? That's what it's given to us as. So we just use that there. Okay, now the other thing we know, of course, as well, we know the result from part A, y is 1.7x. So because we want to work out x, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sub y in to here. Okay, so let's start off here then with 10.5 squared. Let's work that out. So that comes out to be 110.25. So y squared, I need to square all this here, essentially, okay? Plus then x squared. And I'll do the same here as well, okay? So we've got minus there, so I need to write a minus here, of course. Having said that, let's keep it as a plus, because minus there and a minus there make that into a plus, yeah? So the numbers then, well, let's work this out. So 2 times 13/85 will be 26, yeah, over 85. Sort the numbers out. Then it's yx. Now remember, y is 1.7x times x. Okay, So 110.25 equals, well, 1.7 or x all squared is 2.89x squared plus then x squared here. So then let's work that out. 26 over 85 times 1.7. So we get, let's put it as a decimal because everything else is a decimal, 0.52. Now we've got x and excess, that makes x squared. So what we're going to do then is put all this together, 110.25. So add these, so 2.89 plus 1 plus 0.52, so I get 4.41x squared. So then x squared will equal to 110.25 divided by 4.41. Okay, so let's do that on my calculator. That comes out to be exactly 25, which is really nice. And then to get x, then of course all I'm going to do is square root, and I'm going to take positive square root, right? Because x has got to be positive. So x turns out to be 5 exactly.